Hello everyone and welcome back to my B&B Everyday YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Carter assured Hope that commodity would be done about Stephy Forrester's treatment of her. Hope formerly again reflected on how Stephy wanted to cheapen her, and how Ridge ordered her to leave as well. Carter went on another rant about the Logan's meritorious respect, and pushed Hope to fight for her future. Now that Carter was by Hope's side, he claimed she didn't have to fight alone presently. Hope called Carter the man of her dreams, so he verified she could trust him and that he'd no way hurt her. After Carter told Hope how beautiful she was, he confessed that he loved her. Hope eventually admitted she loved Carter too before passion erupted between them. Once Carter took his shirt off, Hope took off her dress and made out with him in his stage. Carter and Hope ultimately fell back on the lounge for lovemaking on Wednesday's B&B occasion. At the Precipice House, Stephy gave Finn Finnegan updates on her decision to fire Hope. Finn sounded taken suddenly, but he assured Stephy that he completely supported her judgment. Ascosio. Since the kiddies were down at sleepovers, Stephy and Finn enjoyed some passionate time together on the lounge. Finn assured Stephy that she was the only one for him as they canoodled under the covers subsequently. At Brooke Logan's place, she maintained that Ridge was wrong about Hope caprioling on Finn, but Ridge didn't see how that was true. Brooke pushed Ridge to trust her and grew frustrated over his turndown to stop Stephy's ban on Hope. That led to Brooke asking what would be if Stephy wanted to fire Katie Cumming or indeed Brooke herself. Ridge acted like that wouldn't be and conceded that Brooke merited her seat at the Forrester table. Still, Brooke suggested the other seats shouldn't just be reserved for Ridge's children. Although Brooke wanted Ridge's support, he complained about Thomas being driven half a world down. Ridge added that Hope didn't know the difference between what was applicable and what wasn't. With that in mind, Ridge suggested that perhaps this would educate Hope a assignment. Brooke allowed. It was illegal that her son demanded to be tutored a assignment while Ridge's son did whatever she wanted. Ridge argued that this wasn't about the Logan Forrester feud and explained that it was about consequences rather. Brooke wanted her son to take over her heritage and suggested that Hope and Stephy were equals as far as she was concerned. Ridge was thwarted over Brooke believing that and easily didn't agree. Since Ridge refused to recognize and support Brooke, she said that broke her heart and stood there crying in front of him. Ridge's treason will continue to make swells in his relationship, so stick with us for further prognostications on any bifurcation news. Stephy will dig her heels in when it comes to her station on Hope, and anyone who dares to stand in her corner. Stephy is surely flexing her power right now, but she feels it's justified since Hope is into steaming boundaries. Of course, Stephy doesn't have the whole story since she isn't in the circle on Hope and Carter's secret love. That could go a long way toward explaining Hope's lingerie temptation in the design office, but Hope will remain determined to keep that secret out of Stephy's hands. As a result, it may continue to look like Hope made repeated attempts to be a homewrecker. How will Liam reply once he gets the news that Hope's done at Forrester Creations? Will Liam try to intermediate with Stephy on Hope's behalf? Whatever the case, Carter may remain Hope's most important backup. It's clear that Carter is furious with Stephy and Ridge for how they've treated Hope, so his plan to fight back will press on. Carter doesn't intend to just surrender on his luxury empire offer, nor does he intend on letting the Forresters walk over the Logans presently. Although Carter hasn't offered up the details of his plot yet, a big bone is cooking up. Carter may hope to put Stephy and Ridge's participated throne in jeopardy. Since Carter will be counting on a major power shakeup at Forrester Creations, he may hope to force Stephy and Ridge out of Theurco CEO spots ever. Anyhow, we'll see Carter grow decreasingly determined to help Hope and the Logan family in general. Will Carter scheme boomerang and get him fired too if he pushes too hard? Meanwhile, Will and Elektra Forrester's love may bloom snappily. Elektra and Will are surely feeling the chemistry, but will his Logan family ties lead to some unlooked-for problems? Over with Bill. He'll have to figure out what's coming for his life. Bill will reflect on his old chapter with Poppy and Luna before he considers what's ahead. Is there still a chance Katie might change her mind and embrace a reunion with Bill? Could Bill and Brooke drift back toward each other rather? Since Brooke's having issues with Ridge while Taylor is back in city, it could open the door to Brooke reuniting with Bill while Ridge does the same with Taylor. Liam Spencer will ultimately get updates on Hope blasting. so he may decide to ride to her deliverance. Carter has come Hope's new knight in shining armor, but Liam doesn't know that, nor does anyone differently for that matter. From Liam's perspective, Hope will be suffering each alone. That could lead to Liam making an impulsive decision that ends up making a bigger mess for Hope. What if Liam drops by Forrester Creations with some forgotten point for Beth, and gets the news that Hope was given the charge? It's easy to imagine Steffi digesting the drama, and averring that Hope couldn't give a reasonable explanation. Since Hope couldn't offer up the name of the person she planned to betray in lingerie, Steffi had to assume it was John Finn. Liam knows how important Hope's line matters to her, so he might be willing to vend Steffi a taradiddle to help her out of this jam. What if Liam takes the blame and claims Hope was staying for him? Liam might pretend he's in the process of rejuvenating effects with Hope, and act like they've been keeping it on the down low. Maybe Liam could suggest they didn't want to get Beth's hopes up, just in case this didn't turn into a full-bloated reunion. Liam might play it like he'd a pact of silence with Hope, until they figured out where their renewed love might lead. Steffi might still be suspicious and contend Hope could have told her that she was back with Liam. Still, Liam could act like Hope was presumably cautious of rehashing ancient love triangle history, and continue making defenses for her. Still, what would Hope do? If Liam stepped up for Hope like this thinking he could save her job, would Hope play along with Liam's fake revivified love claims or eventually come clean about her involvement with Carter? There's the implicit for this situation to get incredibly messy depending on what Liam does next, so we'll bring you further B&B prognostications on his forthcoming moves. Liam will inescapably find out Hope's been fired soon, so stay tuned to see how he'll handle it. Rich Forrester texted Brooke Logan about wanting to see her, and said he was coming over now. Brooke advised Hope Logan and Carter Walton to leave since she allowed. Having them there would make effects more combative. Brooke hoped to get through to Ridge if she talked to him on her own, but Hope made Brooke promise not to gossip about her love with Carter since it had just undercut them both. Meanwhile, Steffi Forrester and Taylor Hayes pushed Ridge not to delve into Brooke's pressure. As far as Steffi was concerned, Hope's blasting had to be a long-term decision that stuck. Once Ridge made it to Brooke's place, she grilled him about how effects played out. Ridge admitted that Steffi was the bone who fired Hope, but he conceded that he did ask Hope to leave the structure. Grounded on what went down in the design office with John Finnegan, Ridge acted like Hope gave them no choice. Brooke claimed it wasn't what it looked like and argued that Ridge was wrong about Hope. At Carter's garret on Tuesday's B&B occasion, Hope reflected on her humiliating spectacle at the office. Carter didn't watch about the Forresters holding all the power and felt that commodity had to be done. It was clear that Carter was fed up with how Logans were treated at the company. Carter also wasn't giving up on his luxury brand plans despite the disappointing responses he'd gotten so far. So Hope studied that was good news. After Hope praised Carter for his brilliant idea, she conceded that Carter slightly indeed got a say so as Susurrus. The Forresters didn't give the same consideration to anyone who wasn't one of their own according to Hope. Once Hope said they should take action, Carter claimed they surely would and blustered about the Logans being treated as inferior. Carter just wished he'd been there when Hope demanded him most, but she claimed he came running and told her everything was going to be okay. After Hope called Carter a good man, she said she was so thankful to have eventually set up someone like him. Carter and Hope participated a passionate kiss as that familiar jazzy music swelled. In the Forrester design office, Will shocked Katie Logan with updates on Ridge going on with Steffi's decision to fire Hope. The whole structure was buzzing since Charlie Weber was called to companion Hope out. Katie blew her top and said they couldn't fire Hope. After Katie explained the misreading with Finn to Will, she dashed off to find Ridge. Since Will and Elektra Forrester weren't watching where they were going again, they nearly had another collision. Will said he liked hitting into Elektra, and was pleased to learn he'd be seeing further of her since the revived jewelry line was passing. After Elektra suggested they could presumably use help from the interns, Will reluctantly donated. Once Will refocused out that he was liking Forrester more and more, Elektra smiled back at him and admitted she was too. In the CEO office, Katie slogged in looking for Ridge and set up Steffi with Taylor rather. Although Katie wanted to talk some sense into Ridge regarding Hope's blasting, Steffi principally told her not to bother. Katie rushed to Hope's defense over the misreading and argued that Steffi had no right to fire her. But Steffi maintained that there was no stopgap for Hope's future. Hope and Steffi's feud will press on, So we'll bring you more prognostications on how bad effects will get.